It was a night meant for miracles. Christmas Eve, 1945, Fayetteville, West Virginia. Snow fell gently on quiet streets as the Sodder family gathered beneath the soft glow of twinkling lights. 10 children, 2 loving parents, and dreams wrapped in ribbon and hope. But by dawn, their home was gone. 5 children vanished without a trace, no bodies, no answers, only questions and a mystery that would smolder for decades. This is not just the story of a fire, it is the story of a family's unbreakable love, of tireless searching, of whispers, sightings, and shadows that stretched far beyond that cold December night. It is the story of George and Jennie Sodder, and the fire that refused to fade from their hearts. This is the fire that never went out, a mystery unsolved, a promise unbroken, a fight for truth that still echoes today. The fire that never went out. It was Christmas Eve, 1945, in the sleepy town of Fayetteville, West Virginia. Snowflakes drifted lazily through the night air, and the town's houses glowed softly in the warm hues of holiday lights. Inside the Sodder family home, there was laughter, the scent of roasted chestnuts, and a tree sparkling with decorations. George Sodder, a proud immigrant from Italy, sat with his wife Jennie, surrounded by 9 of their 10 children. Their 10th child, the eldest son, was away serving in the military. The younger children were buzzing with excitement over their Christmas gifts. Jennie kissed each one of them goodnight, not knowing that kiss might be the last. At around 1 a.m., a loud thud echoed through the house. Jennie awoke. She thought it might be one of the children knocking something over in their sleep. Minutes later, she smelled smoke. The house was on fire. Panic erupted. George, Jennie, and 4 of their children escaped the blaze in a frantic rush. But 5 children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jennie, and Betty, were still inside, sleeping upstairs. George tried everything. He broke a window to re-enter the house but was met with a wall of flame. He raced to get his ladder, but it was missing. He tried to move his trucks to climb through the windows, but both vehicles mysteriously wouldn't start. There was no phone service, no fire trucks came until it was far too late. By dawn, the house was a pile of smoldering ash. The fire department said the blaze was electrical. They searched the debris but found no trace of the 5 children. No bones, no remains, nothing. Something didn't feel right. The Sodders didn't believe their children had died in that fire. They couldn't believe it. And soon, signs began to emerge. Signs that maybe, just maybe, they were right. The disconnected phone call around midnight before the fire, the phone rang. Jennie answered. A strange woman asked for someone Jennie didn't know, laughing oddly in the background. Later, the phone line was found cut. Not burned, cut. But who would have done that? The ladder and the trucks. The family's ladder, which was always kept in the same place, was found at the bottom of a nearby embankment. George's trucks, used daily, had mysteriously stopped working that night. Coincidence or sabotage? The sightings. In the days and months that followed, reports came in. A woman said she saw the missing children peering out of a passing car the night of the fire. A motel worker in Charleston claimed to have seen them with 2 strange men and 2 women, speaking Italian. A letter arrived years later containing a photo of a man in his 20s who looked just like Louis. On the back, it read, Louis Sodder, I love Brother Frankie, A90132 or 35. What did it mean? Was it a code, a taunt, or a cry for help? The billboard. The billboard. By the 1950s, George and Jennie had given up hope in the authorities. They decided to take matters into their own hands. On State Route 16, near where their home once stood, they put up a giant billboard with photos of the 5 missing children. Underneath it read, what was their fate? Kidnapped, murdered, burned. A $5,000 reward for information. People called it the most haunting site in West Virginia. For George and Jennie, it was not just a billboard. It was a monument to their grief. A message to the world, we have not forgotten. and we will not stop looking. Theories and whispers. Rumors swirled. Some believed the children had been kidnapped by someone with a grudge against George. You see, George was no ordinary man. He spoke openly against Benito Mussolini, the fascist leader of Italy. Some locals, loyal to the old regime, didn't like that. Was the fire retribution? Others whispered about the mafia, that the children were taken as punishment or insurance to silence George. The Sodders even hired private investigators. One of them traced a lead to St. Louis, Missouri. Another went to Florida. None brought closure. Years passed, then decades. The last glimpse, 1967. 22 years after the fire, Jennie received a letter postmarked from Kentucky. Inside was that photo. The face in the photo haunted her. It looked just like Louis. He'd be 31 by then. Could it be him? They hired another investigator. He vanished, gone without a trace. No report, no return, no answers. Jennie took that photo and hung it on her wall. Every day she would stare at it as if trying to speak through time. If you're out there, Louis, please come home. The mother who never wore black. Jennie never wore mourning black after the fire. Instead, she dressed in gray and soft colors, saying, "I do not believe they are dead, and until I know, I will not bury them in my heart." She turned the garden where their home once stood into a peaceful memorial, planting flowers for each child. She tended to it every day until she died in 1989. Legacy. The billboard stayed up for more than 40 years, fading but standing, a symbol of relentless love and unresolved loss. After Jennie's death, it was taken down, but the family never stopped searching. Their daughter Sylvia, the youngest survivor, continued to speak about the mystery into the 21st century. Her children, grandchildren of George and Jennie, run websites, speak to journalists, and keep the story alive. They call it The Fire That Never Went Out. Epilogue. The Eyes That Remember. Some nights, if you stand on the quiet road where the Sodder house once stood, and the wind is still, you can almost hear laughter from long ago, children's voices, a mother's lullaby, a father's whistle, and maybe, just maybe, if you close your eyes and imagine hard enough, you might see 5 children smiling back, with those same hard eyes their mother remembered. Because even if they vanished into the night, they never truly left. They lived on, in a mother's memory, in a father's fight, in a billboard beside the road, and in the hearts of those still asking, what happened on that Christmas Eve in 1945?